Hey, it's me, Andy from potatoesandpearls.com. And normally I make savory foods in my Instant Pot, like soups or chicken or fish, like a nice hearty lunch or dinner. But recently I have had a sweet tooth, and this past week I made creme brulee in the Instant Pot. Didn't have to turn on my oven, which was really nice. I just had to pull out my Instant Pot, mix up this really easy, simple dessert, throw it in the Instant Pot, and I had creme brulee the same day. This recipe does involve using a kitchen torch. So if you don't have a kitchen torch, you can also use an oven to burn the sugar on top. But I will say this recipe is a lot more fun using a kitchen torch, just as a pre-warning. But let's get into it right after this. My first step is warming up 1 cup of cream and 1 teaspoon of vanilla on the stove. You don't want it to be bubbling, you just want it to be at a nice warm temperature. Once you've hit that warm temperature, which should just take a few minutes based on if you're using like a gas stove, electric stove, your type of stove. But once it hits that warm consistency, which I just test on the end of my spoon, I go ahead and take the cream vanilla mixture off the stove. And so you see I just blended that together. This recipe is going to be for either 2 large creme brulees or 4 small ones. I'm actually making 4 small ones in this video. The next thing I'm going to do is pour 3 egg yolks into a mixing bowl. I separate my eggs in another bowl first just to make sure I don't get any of the egg white into the bowl, and then I pour it into another bowl. Just a trick that I do instead of trying to separate it into the bowl I'll be using. Then I'm going to go ahead and add in 3 tablespoons of sugar, and I'll go ahead and mix that together until I get like a nice it'll make like a nice smooth consistency you can see here in the video. Once I get that mixed together, I'm going to go ahead and slowly pour in the cream vanilla mixture. Because it is warm, you don't want to pour it in too fast because you don't want it to cook your eggs. I've sped up the video on this part, but I am pouring it in slowly, little spots at a time, and just making sure I'm blending it really well. You only want to fill your ramekins about 80 to 90% full, so you have space at the top to add the sugar for burning to make it the perfect creme brulee. Once I have filled my ramekins, I go ahead and wrap them in aluminum foil and place them in my Instant Pot on top of the rack that normally comes with your Instant Pot. And you also want to put about a cup of water at the bottom of the Instant Pot as well. Then it is okay to stack your ramekins. I would not recommend going higher than 2 levels though. I also use an Instant Pot mini, so mine does look a little smaller. And it's just going to be for 6 minutes. You're going to do a 10-minute natural release and then go ahead and manually release the Instant Pot. I have gone through my cooking time and taken these out. They are hot. I just am a glutton for touching hot things, I guess. And this is what it should look like. I shake it a little bit because it shouldn't be watery, but it shouldn't be a solid lump. Like, you should see like a little bit of jiggle to it, which I hope I can see it, but I cooked it, so I'm hoping that you guys can see it in the video. But it's like a Almost like a thick jello is what you are looking for. I did want to show this because this is an example of things going wrong. One of my creme brulees got messed up. I'm pretty sure I tilted it when I was trying to put it in the Instant Pot, and this is what occurred. So not everyone is perfect. Before burning the sugar on top of the creme part of your creme brulee, you are going to put these in the refrigerator for a minimum of 2 hours. You can leave it in there for longer, but 2 hours minimum to get it set and nice and chilled. I normally add about 1 teaspoon of regular granulated sugar to the top. You can add more if you're looking for more burnt sugar on top. It's really up to you, but I would start with 1 teaspoon. And as you can see, I am using my small kitchen torch to go ahead and start burning that sugar. Once you have finished burning the sugar on top of your creme brulee to a nice golden brownness, you can pop it back into the refrigerator if you would like to get the sugar topping a little bit more crispy. I don't always do that. I didn't do that at the end of this video. The sugar is definitely melted. It's definitely a layer, but it's not as crispy as it could be because I was ready to eat creme brulee. This recipe comes out so light, so creamy, so fluffy. It's so good. I love throwing it together. It's one of those desserts that seems fancy, but it's not too fancy, and people are like, oh, this is amazing. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you like Instant Pot videos, food videos, and travel videos when we can travel again, don't forget to click that subscribe button. Once again, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!